So I'd like to introduce you to PARO. PARO is a baby harp seal robot, and he's a fully autonomous robot, and his function is to act like an animal. And the reason we do that is because we already know that people respond well to animals, and there are things called animal activities and animal-assisted therapies. And so we can use PARO in the same type of another small animal like a dog or cat, and he has the same therapeutic effects that those types of animals have. And so PARO is intended to be able to react to us in the way that an animal would. And you notice that he's looking at me. That's because he can hear me and he knows where I'm at in relationship to his head. It's not because he has a camera in his head. It's because he knows where I'm at by echolocation. And he has whiskers, and his whiskers are sensors. And so he reacts to whisker touches the way that an animal does. Now, there's a lot of other great things that he can do, but one of the best things that he can do is he can engage people in groups and individually in a way that is useful to helping them to change their mood from a bad mood to a better mood. As a result of that, there's been several studies, and PARO is now in the United States since 2009 has been a FDA Class 2 medical device. And so he can be used by a medical professional as part of therapies. Those can be lots of different types of therapies, occupational. They can be talk therapies for psychiatrists. They can be part of socialization therapies or group therapies where you have multiple people all interacting with PARO at the same time. The most important thing for us is people can't hurt PARO. They can break PARO, but they can't hurt PARO. And PARO can't hurt people. So those are the two most important things right there. Is that we don't have to bring a live animal and put them in danger. But on the plus side for us is we don't have to care for a live animal and take care of his physical needs. We can do things with a robotic substitute and get many of the same effects that we normally get. Would you like to hold PARO? A lot of this has to do with the way that you interact with PARO. Once you learn the sensors and the interaction parts, that this is real important, is because he looks more real when I treat him like he's real. If I don't treat him like he's real, and I do this kind of stuff, or I say, hey, look, he's got a sensor here and a sensor there and a sensor here and a sensor there, then we lose the illusion, we lose the part where people say, oh, I get it, because this is something I can interact with too. And that's really why exhibition and one-on-one hands-on is so important, is because people get emotionally touched by PARO very quickly. Otherwise, they miss it. And when you show PARO to technology people, they immediately go for, where's the sensor for this? How can I make him do what I want him to do? And PARO's not a slave, he's an animal. He's not a robot that does stuff for you. He's a robot that reacts like an animal.